Shout out to everybody. I want to talk to y'all real quick. What is going on? Wait a minute. Shout outs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm seeing, first of all, I seen like some blogs go up, right? I think Chris and Bias did a blog, Vodafly did a blog, and I'm like, yo, what is going on? I see that they saying that URL is blocking battle. So I'm looking around on Twitter trying to see like, yo, what, like what is going on? What is AVE saying? What's URL saying? What's, Twerk saying? All of that. And I don't really see nothing, other than it kind of looks like URL taking shots at AVE. So URL ends up putting up I guess it's like a little trailer or whatever, right? Like a highlight of Real Sick going in on AVE in a battle. And AVE responds to that, and he says a few moments later, right? Because I think that's a battle. I don't remember. I think like AVE might have won that battle. I think AVE got the first and the second, and Real Sick got the third. I think it was that. I think that's how that battle went or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So AVE kind of responded, and I'm saying a few seconds later, because I think he won the battle. But I'm looking around, and I'm like, yo, is there some tweets and deletes? You know what I mean? That I didn't see. Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Then I wake up and I see AVE and Hitman, right? They in a space and they talking about all of this. And Hitman's he seemed like he's a little agitated because, he got a card that he's on, and it feels like, I'm sure to him, they trying to make the biggest card of the year type thing, right? Is what TBL is like trying to work on, and Hitman's on that card, and then he sees that a battle is supposed to be on there, and it gets pulled off of the card, right? Or they're not allowed to do the battle. So Hitman's a little bit agitated. He gets AVE to talk about situation in the spaces, whether or not the battle's blocked and all of that. I hear AVE talking, and AVE is saying basically like he saw Vodafly's blog. Well, Vada is talking about the battle being blocked, and he said he didn't see Vada lie about anything. So basically everything Vada said about the battle being blocked was real. So I don't know, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. They saying like, that the battle was supposed to happen between Twerk and AVE about 7 years ago. And I think something happened and Twerk didn't do the battle or something. And I think it was like 2 times this happened, right? So the battle didn't happen. It's been 7 years and they haven't been able to do the battle. And they haven't been trying to talk to them about the battle. Even when, there was a time where Twerk was like considered battler of the year. AVE was considered battler of the year to a lot of people. Like, it could have been a perfect time for them to, around that time, book the battle. But they still didn't say anything or offer them anything in terms of booking a battle. I don't know. That's what they say in the spaces. But then I hear AVE say that when, I guess they did reach out to them, or AVE, they reached out to him and they gave him a number that he thought was laughable to do the battle. He thought that they was pranking him because the number was really low, right? So I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? I tried to hit up Anwar. She's gonna go live earlier. I just wanted a confirmation of something before I went live to see whether or not this was actually like a battle being blocked. Anwar trying to stall. I called Anwar this morning. I'm like, I texted him this morning. He's like, I'm at work. I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? And then like, now I call Anwar. I'm like, yo, what's going on, man? 2 minutes off the record. Let me know what's going on. Now he in the store. I'm like, all right, this battle being blocked. I don't know, bruh. Shout out to Jay with the $10 donation. He said, URL, some Diddy crats. I ain't going as far as to say that. I'm going to say this, right? It's a couple different ways you can look at it. We can get mad at him, and we could say, you're blocking battles. This is terrible. Y'all doing this. I mean, It's a battle we want to see now. I guess, you know, people didn't say they wanted to see it before, but we want to see it now so we can get mad at them. Or we can look at it like, yo, they invested money into this battle. AVE got paid, I think, fully twice. I think he said something like that in his spaces. He got paid like fully twice, right, for the battle, but the battle never happened. You know, so, you know, they could be looking at it like, you know, when we want to do the battle like on our own time, we built the battle up and then we paid, you know, money, you know, for this battle in some capacity. We want to be able to have this battle. You know, you could look at it like business decision for them. You know, they feel like that's something they want to do, you know, or you could look at it like they trying to just stop the TBL card from being as big as it possibly can, you know. So I don't know. It's a couple different ways you can look at it. How I'm looking at it, right? It's a couple things. First of all, if they are stopping Twerk from doing this battle, that's an angle for Easy if Easy battles Twerk in the future, 2026 or something. Yo, you letting them stop you from battling? That's an angle. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know, so this is insane, man. Like, to me, like, what we in 2025 and they blocking battle. This is what I really think. I think they can get mad. I don't care. They don't pay my bills. I think they got Gnome, right? So after the Gnome, they get slammed with TBL, hitting them with Rum Nitty versus Calico, right? Which Rum Nitty versus Calico, if you look, is better than most battles on that Gnome card. It is. The only one you can really kind of compete with is, I think, Rex versus Geechee Gotti. Other than that, that announcement is better than mostly everything that they put out on Gnome. Like, come on, Eunice and Chess, cool. You know what I mean? But that ain't, no, you know what I mean? That ain't bigger than Hitman Holla and, you know what I'm saying? And Rum Nitty and, like, nothing that they are doing seems like it's going to be as big as what they're doing over there on TBL. So they see, okay, now y'all want to do New Jersey Twerk versus AVE. You already got Rum Nitty, you know what I mean? Like, they not about to let that go down, you know, and overshadow like some things that they got going on, which I think, man, competition is competition. You ain't trying to, how many times did Smack say the bag that is not the same? They not paying the same amount of money, but they trying to stop other leagues from being able to do it. Is crazy to me, bruh. It's crazy. But, you know, TBL dropped that Calico and Rum Nitty. They may be feeling some type of way. I don't know. And then, you know, they're going to have Summer Madness coming up. Do I think Summer Madness is going to be like the Summer Madnesses that we've had before? No. You know, first of all, like, they don't want to book big artists like that. They've already said that. They've shown that throughout the year. Like, their focus is on the new talent. You know, so I don't know what they're planning on doing for Summer Madness, but I will say this. The 3 battles that TBL would do, Hitman Holla versus Murder Mook, Rum Nitty versus Calico, and a Twerk versus AVE, I don't think they could compete with that. You know, I don't think URL will be able to put together a card that's going to be able to compete with that, especially with the battles that we got left. So they will be overshadowed right now by announcements, you know, of what TBL is doing versus Gnome. And then if that's going to hit around, the TBL card is going to hit around Summer Madness. They're going to be overshadowed by that TBL card. Unless they can book Lux versus, I mean, like, who can they book Lux against that's going to rival, like, Mook versus Hitman? Like, Rock don't want to battle Lux. Like, who? Lux versus Twerk or something like that. I mean, they will have to do something crazy. You know, and I think, you know, for a Summer Madness, they will more than likely do like a Twerk versus Goods. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's a cool battle, but it's not going to beat out no Hitman Holla and Mook. You know, so I think, personally, I think this might be a little ego going into this, you know, battle to where they kind of don't want to, you know, and Hitman might be looking at it like, you know, I'm on this card and now the card's being tampered with. Because you guys are, you know, trying to pull battles off, like, or make sure a battle doesn't happen, or Kenny can't book the certain battle, you know, and That's probably what's fueling him, you know, but I don't know, man. I think this is crazy. URL don't really have a track record of fans really rocking with them. I see it a lot, you know what I mean? I know they see it. I make a blog and oh, well, I'm not really mad at the URL card like that. You see the comments, you know, anything that's tagged in relation to them, people are starting not to, you know what I mean? Look at them like, yo, they the ops. This is how fans be looking at URL, you know, and I don't think URL is really helping things like how people, you know, kind of view them to the public. Like, y'all be blocking battle. Sometimes, like, when you block battles, it's legitimate. You know, you really can't get mad at them for doing it, at least if you look at it on a business level. But if you don't want to book this battle for 7 years, you know, it's been 7 years and we look and you try, you know, you book AVE versus WOOOOO, and it's like, what y'all doing, bruh? You know, at this point, you know, just let him battle where he want to battle at, you know? So I don't know, man. Like, I can't, the blocking battles all the time, it's getting played out. It's 2025. Y'all ain't willing to pay these artists. Let them do whatever they got to do. It's how I feel, you know? And I know they could be probably feeling some type of way like, yo, like TBL coming in here, taking all these URL battles. And, you know, but they got the bag. If we gonna keep it real, they got the bag, you know, and they willing to pay it. And I think URL, I don't know if y'all holding all y'all money waiting for Surf to come home and give Surf the bags. You know, like, what other artists are supposed to sit back and wait and be battling WOOOOOs and all of this? Like, until Surf come home and y'all give him all the money. Like, you know, what are they supposed to do? Like, you know, they gotta make, you know what I mean, their income and figure out the best way that they can, you know, continue to move on with their career, you know? So I don't know. I'm not really rocking with all the block battles and all of that. And they taking shots at AVE. AVE is very outspoken now. And, you know, as you can hear, like, if you heard the spaces earlier, I mean, I could play some of the spaces maybe in another blog. Like, he's very outspoken about the URL now. Like, he got options. You know, and if Hitman is getting AVE, like, up on the spaces, like, yo, AVE, tell people what's going on. You know, he got bags and bodies. AVE can get booked over there, along with other places now. He's not really relying on URL. I think AVE battles on URL, like, 1 time a year. You know, maybe twice a year. He don't really deal with it. And then now, you know, battle rap is moving to an age to where people are getting back on YouTube. Who is battling on an app in 2025? Like, that is crazy to me. Get mad, go in. I don't care. Like, this is 2025. People need YouTube drops, releases. You know what I mean? Like, they need their fans to be able to see them. They tired of being hooked and locked on an app, bro. That's for the new people that don't have a choice. You know, you AVE, you've been around for a minute. Like, no, you do not have to be sitting around waiting for a battle, getting less pay, and they trying to negotiate. Well, this is not going to be on, you know what I mean? Like, YouTube, this is only going to be on the apps. So we only paying this. And they don't want to hear that. Especially when you're AVE, you know, and URL may be thinking like, yo, we built this artist up. You know, from back in the day. I don't know if y'all remember, like, AVE was on a tear at one point. He had the battle with Rum Nitty. Everybody was scared of him. You know, the only person willing to really get in the ring with him was Chess. You know, and then, like, you know, O-Red finally, you know what I mean, made him a little bit more mortal. Because there was one point in time, like, AVE was, you know, people was looking at AVE like, AVE is the one, right? And, you know, URL may feel like, yo, they had something to do with that, and they may be entitled to that battle, but man, ain't nobody entitled to nothing. And URL treated, I mean, there's so many artists that they've treated bad over the years, like, that I've heard from the artist. You know what I mean? Like, they even go as far as talking to media crazy. Like, they don't respect artists. They don't respect media. Like, why would artists be sitting around respecting URL, wanting you know, to wait on them like, no, this ain't the old days. No. Craig Wilson with the 199 said, I think the apps are ruining battle rap. No, the app's not ruining battle rap. Battle rap moved on without URL. That's what I think. You know what I mean? Like, how many YouTube drops have been dropping? A lot. You know, TBL, like they doing cards. The cards are dropping on YouTube. Like, everybody doing cards and they're dropping on YouTube. Tay-Rock putting up numbers on small leagues. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, you know what I mean? Like, Hitman Holla dropping battles on YouTube. Calico dropping battles on YouTube. URL is not really a factor anymore, bro. Mr. All the Way with the 199, he said Norbs was a big part of why we loved URL. No, it was the battlers. I ain't care about Norbs. I care about the battlers going back and forth, marketing, promoting. URL, marketing, and promote. They don't even want to promote the artists. They lock you on an app. Tell you to deal with it. You know what I mean? Like, they don't want to push you. They don't have an engine behind them. They treated the media so bad. Media don't even cover them no more like that much. You know what I mean? They wouldn't let Hip Hop Is Real in the venue. You know what I mean? Playing games. This is the time they play games with 15 minutes of fame. Like, they be treating people like crap. People should not be sitting around, you know, making moves depending on how URL feels. URL have, like, let y'all know multiple times they don't care about y'all. Like the artists. Y'all are just artists. That's it. And then they had P running people off. You know what I mean? Like, you know, putting people that he was cool with over people that had seniority and like doing crazy stuff like that, offering people pennies to battle. You know, talking crazy about artists, smacking Beasley, sitting on the sideline, not doing nothing about it. All these artists complaining. They ain't mentioning it and talking about it, just letting things go like it ain't no big deal. And then you got all these artists popping up, all these leagues popping up out of, you know, everywhere. Booking the artists, paying them what they want. Now, and I do feel like it's too many leagues. That's my personal opinion. I like when it's like not that many leagues, right? You know what I mean? Like, we don't run out of battles that quick. The more leagues you have, the quicker you run out of battles. They don't care. They just try to make a check. You know what I'm saying? They try to get the most money they can at the door and get pay-per-view and move on. You know what I'm saying? These leagues don't care, you know, about the sport all like that. Like, they taking whatever artist is hot, booking them, and that's it. You run out of battles fast that way. But at the same time, it's some battles that URL be dragging their feet on. Like, why in the world would they not book AVE versus AVE when they got 1 million views on a face-off? And they didn't book it. All the money was going to Rock, Tay-Rocks, and Surf. That's what was going on, dog. You know what I mean? Like, they getting the big money, the Calicos, the 29,000 to 30,000 plus, and having them sitting on the sideline. You know, wait, like, why am I not getting Verb? Why am I not getting Hollow? Why am I not, like for years, you know, like that was going on. Like, now Av's got choices. He's got DuBois that's making moves for him. He ain't got to depend on URL. If Av wanted to right now, he would be straight as a, you know what I mean? Like, he could probably, whatever relationship he got with Easy, like, they can make something happen. He can battle over there, battle with TBL. He could battle with, you know what I mean, Calico. He could battle with Hitman Holla, like all these different, he can just keep battling and not even deal with the URL. A Woosah battle, and he's supposed to respect that and hold off on a Twerk battle? This ain't dissing Woosah, like, shout out to him. I'm mentioning you. It is what it is. Get mad. Shout out to you. You know what I mean? But, like, what? Why is he supposed to be respected? Like, Twerk, on the other hand, right? Twerk can sit back and let them tell him what to do. You know, like, he's under management with Anwar, right? I think he's still managing him, right? So Twerk is an enigma in battle rap to where he can battle a Woosah or something like that and demand more money. You know what I mean? Because he's a superstar. You know, so for him, like, if they try to block the battle, you know, for him, he could be, you know, I might respect what URL is saying because he is kind of realizing like he's only got, you know, so many big battles left, right? But then he could still make big bread or decent bread battling smaller artists because he's got a good relationship with them, you know? So him like kind of like listening to them or whatever, if that's how it happened, you can kind of understand a little bit. But if I'm Twerk, I'm just like, bro, I don't care. No, I'm battling everywhere. Like, no, but, you know, if this is all he's doing, like, I mean, you know, for money, he might not want to, and, you know, he still got the goods battle. Summer Madness is coming up. You know, he might want to abide a little bit by what they doing. Whereas AVE, they not about to break the bank on AVE. They're not booking AVE versus Mook. They did that versus Twerk, you know, Mook versus Twerk, and they're not going to do that with AVE. You know what I mean? If Twerk went to URL right now and said, hey, I want to battle Lux, and he started marketing and promoting for Lux, I think there's a higher probability he can get a Lux battle before an AVE. I think that is what it is. So his relationship with URL is going to be different than what AVE's relationship with URL is. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. And AVE was very candid and very forthcoming and letting everybody know, like, him and URL don't have the best relationship. He don't, you know what I mean? He don't have any ill will towards them, but they don't have the best relationship, you know, to where they can be controlling like what he's doing and stuff like that. No, you know what I mean? The one thing I will say, right? And this is to me to be thinking about battle rap a little bit differently, is TBL and URL did have, I don't want to, kind of like a collaboration, right? Where TBL had their card, they had the URL logo on it, right? And maybe it was because that URL wanted to show like they're helping another league or whatever, or they just wanted some sort of credit. I don't know what it is. You know, maybe they had TBLs using URL artists, you know, and they wanted, I don't know. But TBO did have a URL like logo on their, you know, the card or whatever. The cool thing about stuff like that is that if you are TBL and you're looking at booking other matchups, you know, because I don't hear TBL like on, you know, 3 Letterman or in Spaces going in on URL about this. I don't hear that. You know, we just got to be level-headed about it. The cool thing about them having a relationship with URL is if they want to do big battles in the future, because don't get it confused. If URL wanted to pull Rum Nitty off of that TBL card versus Calico, I think they could do it. I think they can do it. They can hit Rum Nitty up and be like, you ain't doing it. We got a whole bunch of no names over here on URL we're going to pay you for. Is it worth you doing the Calico battle, or are you coming over here and battling these no names? You know, I think they could pull him off the card. I'm saying that to say this. If they get a sour relationship with TBL, that could start hurting TBL. You know, so if TBL tries to book the card anyway with AVE and Twerk on there, you know, URL could look at them like, oh, we really ain't rocking with you. None of our artists or anybody we affiliated with is going to do what we tell them to do. Like when we was telling them to get off the easy card and they was doing it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we going to make sure they don't get on your card. They could do stuff like that. You know, so I don't know, man. Like, y'all, it's a different way of looking at it. If you want certain matchups, a high probability of them happening is TBL, Chillers League, whatever it is. There's a high probability of it happening over there. So they may need to keep the relationship that they have. Yeah, we can get mad about it, the fans. Some of the battlers can get mad about it, you know, but at the same time, business is business. Cal Capone with the $2 donation, he said, let these battlers battle. That's why it's stagnant now. You can say that, but then the other flip thing about it, leagues just be putting battles together. They don't be marketing and promoting them. And then the battles come and go. You know what I mean? So it depends on how you look at it. Other leagues may be better for different battles. But I think URL's in a situation now with the fans, the past 365 days, like people kind of looking at them. I mean, I think they had a good gnome. Other than that, like the past couple years, they've been falling off. It's the reality of it. You know what I mean? Only people propping URL up now is like bloggers. That's it. Like, I like that they dropping like trailers and stuff like that on YouTube. I think that's dope. You know what I mean? Dropping trailers, dropping like best bars. They should have been doing this before. I don't know why they wasn't using YouTube to do that before. You know, now it's a little bit of controversy. People are paying attention to URL. Now they taking shots at AVE. You know what I mean? Like, it's a little bit of a controversy going on. Like, you know, it's good marketing. You know, but URL ain't been like in the fans' favor for like a minute. Like, people like the trenches more than URL right now. Like, if we keeping it real, that's what it is. They waiting to see, yo, what Easy gonna do and all. Like, that's how it's been. You know, now if they can get back to where they were, figure out how to do it, cool. You know, but if you're not about to book like Twerk, and that's another thing, bro. Hold on, I think this is Anwar. No, that ain't Anwar. That's my Tesla. That's what you mean. Twerk, like, they still got to hold on Twerk. URL's got to hold on him. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. They got money. You seen Twerk how he was when Easy didn't want to do the battle with him. Like, keep an open mind. Like, think about this. He was going crazy on Twerk, on Easy. Oh, he don't want to do this battle, showing text messages and everything, right? So he might have you know, I know he said he's booked for the year, but that's a bag that he missed out on because Easy didn't want to do the battle after he said he was going to do the battle, and then he didn't want to do the battle. So, like, if he's looking at battle rap like that, like stacking checks, like he may be needing these checks, you know, URL can be like, yo, Twerk, we ain't rocking with you no more. All these small battles we paying you premium for, we ain't rocking with it. That could hurt him. You know, so they gotta, you know, they could potentially have a hold on him. Something going on, Anwar ain't messaging back. You know, maybe they are. URL did try to block the battle. Shout out to Carlos Risotto with the $2 donation. He said, URL, it's over to me. It's over. Listen to me. Hey, I don't think it's over for them. I think their focus was the new guys. I think they felt like they could put a lot of attention on the new guys and maybe it would help. This is what URL has always told me, right? And I don't care. They don't pay my bills and nothing. What I've always heard from them, or extensions of them, people that deal with them, right, is we don't care about the casual fans. They've told me this multiple times. We don't care about the casual fans. We care about the D-Riders, the people that's going to buy anything that we put out. That's what I've been told by them. And we tell the battlers to say, and y'all battlers know, because I know they told some of y'all this. Don't care about the casual fans, what they think. They always want something for free. YouTube drop it, this and that. You want the fans that's going to follow you everywhere, even if you're on the app. Them the D-Rider fans. Them the ones that you want. This is what they say. So if you want to sell merch and stuff like that, those are the ones that's going to buy your merch and follow you, and those are your real supporters. Don't care about the casual fans. This is what they say. You know what I mean? P said it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Sorry, P. You're fired now, so it is what it is. That's how they think. They don't think like, okay, what do the fans want? You know, and people do blogs like, oh, like, you know, they pay attention to the fans. I mean, they do to an extent. You know what I mean? But they don't really care about you or me or like no, they've never have. You know, Life After the NR with the $4.99 donation, he said, URL hasn't been in the golden era since Summer Impact. You know what I mean? So I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they still a topic of conversation. People still talk about them. You know, it's just the battles haven't been like TBL's taking over. They literally are taking over. And it's nothing that they can do. If Surf wasn't, this is what I think, right? Listen to me. This is what I think, right? If Surf was not locked, the landscape of battle rap would be different, right? Because he's locked up, when Surf gets out of jail, there's going to be a bidding war for him. Listen to what I'm telling you. You don't think Remy Ma is going to offer him a lot of money to battle Easy when he gets out? You don't think that's going to happen? Whoever gets, they're going to be trying, everybody's going to be trying to have Surf as the first battle when he comes back home. Think about the pay-per-view sales for that. Now that Surf is locked, they are holding on to their money, so when Surf gets out of jail, they can offer him something nice to stay. That's what I think is going on. And so everybody else suffers because of it. You're getting, like AVE is saying, him versus Twerk, they offering him a silly number. You know what I mean? Like, people don't want to be, no. That's why you don't have the big battles. They're like, oh, we could lose this battle. We could lose that battle to this league. Yeah, it's a big battle. We would rather have it. We could lose this battle. That, but, you know, after so long, and they lose so many battles, some battles that they won't. Because they're trying to hold on to this bread for Surf. That's what I think is going on. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. I'm a blogger. I'm speculating here. You know, it's going to be a bidding war for Surf. You know, and everybody getting caught up in it in different ways. They just don't know. Because the money ain't there for y'all, but the money gonna be there for Surf. You know what I mean? I'm sure Rock knows that. You know what I'm saying? So, but if I'm AVE, I don't care. I ain't Surf, I'm AVE. I need my money. TBL gonna book it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. But Twerk is the issue, right? So another thing is, now when Easy the Block Captain is talking about, we don't trust you, like when he's talking about Twerk, like in that battle, if they just made sure that Twerk and AVE is not happening on TBL, if Easy the Block Captain would have booked Easy the Block Captain versus New Jersey Twerk, what do you think would have happened? And he's got a card coming up with this battle, and you got a whole bunch of battlers on the card, and Easy and Twerk is supposed to be the headlining matchup for the card. You don't think they would have hit Twerk like, no, dog, this battle ain't happening? You don't think that would have happened? They just blocked Twerk versus AVE. We can get mad at Easy all day long. Oh, Easy, you running from Twerk, you running from... I'm not saying that Twerk is set. They could have hit TBL and said, no, we not, like, don't do that battle. They could have got wind about a hit TBL. It may not have been Twerk. You know what I'm saying? But I know Twerk's got a good relationship with them. If Easy and Twerk was booked right now, and we got 2 months into the battle, you don't think they wait until that last month, a couple weeks, and be like, yo, Twerk, we'll give you Lux. Dub that Easy battle. How much he paying you? We'll pay you more than that. What do you think Twerk gonna do? Twerk might do the battle. This ain't going in on Twerk. What do you think he's gonna do? When you got URL playing games like this. You know, so I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think down in the comment section below. I'm not mad at Easy for not taking the battle. Whether or not you say ducking, I'm not mad at that. You gotta wait. If you're in a situation with a Twerk, right? You gotta wait until he is out of big battles before you try to book him for a big battle. Because Twerk versus Lux is gonna trump anything that you know what I mean? Like, so they know that. You know, so I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think down. And Twerk will take that deposit and be out. I'm not saying you would do it, Twerk. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Like, you gotta be, hey. We seen what they did. Hey, Danny Myers, get off that card. Swamp, get off that card. You know what I mean? So, like, yeah, blocking battles is not beneath them. You don't think K-Shine been low-key trying to battle? I'm just gonna say that. I've been hearing some things. You don't think he been trying to battle and battle's been getting stopped? You know what I mean? So I don't know. Things I don't talk about, you know what I mean? Because it ain't like hit the waves yet. So I don't know, man. Blocking battles is definitely a thing that still happens. You know, is the culture gonna rock with it? You know, it's up to them. Business is business. You know, but if y'all got to think too with easy, and it's not making this an easy blog. He's a battler, but he's also a business owner. You know, he got to think business. Like, what's the appropriate thing? You know what I mean? And TBL, they got a business to run, and they want to keep giving y'all great matchups, impactful matchups. They got to keep all the relationships that they can. Whether or not Kenny or whoever's trying to book it from TBL, whether or not they mad or not, they got to keep their relationships because they can't let this card affect another card that they want to come up. You know what I'm saying? After that. Maybe an end of the year card or something. I don't know. You know, so shout out to TBL. Shout out to URL. This ain't hating y'all. I mean, y'all get mad at what y'all want. You know what I mean? It's just my opinion. You know, AVE's going live talking about it with Hitman Holla. He ain't feeling it. He want his money. You know, so that's my thoughts on it. Y'all tell me what y'all think down in the comment section below. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about that. Put yourself in a situation where they can't block you. They can't run you. They've been treating y'all artists like crap for years. Ain't no blogger gonna tell y'all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, some of them do. Here's what it is. They've been treating y'all like crap for years. Media like crap for years. They don't care about none of y'all. Fans, nothing. They care about surf and rock. That's why they gave him a trip to Jamaica. With a cake. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about none of y'all at all. You know, so I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think down in the comment section below. Comment, rate, subscribe. No ain't giving me none. I'm not going to lie for them. I got to keep it real. Drop my whole subscriber thing. I got to keep it real. Y'all don't come on here for me to like D-Rod URL all day. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? They do good. They do good. And Gnome, I'm going to watch Gnome. Believe you me, I'm watching it. You know what I mean? I want to see what's going to happen. I will be supporting that. I've supported it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but as far as like this, like, no, I don't think this is right. You know, but it's their business. If they can make y'all artists break like that, you know what I mean? And there's no pushback. I hear AVE talking. I don't hear Twerk in spaces saying, man, they shouldn't be trying to block that back. Why you think he not doing that? Why you think he not doing that? Because he got a good relationship with them. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Y'all tell me, Anwar ain't. If I message Anwar about something else, guarantee you I'm going to hear back from Anwar. Let me message him about something else. Anwar going to be on that phone. He knew I was about to ask if this battle was blocked. Here, I ain't hear all day long. I'm at work. I'm at the store. Shout out to Anwar. Shout out to everybody. But I'm out. Come